everybody, Joe here.
Hi, I'm Dee.
And this is Candid at the Movies. This time I'll be talking about the movie Chevalier. We went and saw this last week, and we had a really good time watching it. It stars Kelvin Harrison Jr. as Chevalier. And ultimately, before you talk about it, there were some gripes that I had with this that I just got to get out the way.
Yes, go ahead and
dive in.
Yeah.
First off, it takes place in France, Paris, France, to be specific. Okay, Paris, France are known for their French-speaking people. These people spoke a broken King's English in France. That worked my nerves throughout the entire film. Now that I've gotten my gripe out the way, can you help?
Yes.
It is a historical lesson coming, just FYI.
So it's the untold true story of the historical character. They've deemed him the Black Mozart, and I got educated on this because I was like, oh yeah, Black Mozart. So Mozart actually stole from him.
I would say borrowed heavily.
Same difference. There's a historical person that was talking about the riffs that you hear in the violin, and the Chevalier is the only one that actually scaled up on the violin. So the notes that he played all the way up the fingerboard and all the way down. And in that time, no one was doing that before. Mozart spent time with the Chevalier, and after that time is where you hear the influences in Mozart's music from the time that was spent with the Chevalier. The Chevalier was super well established before Mozart came onto the scene. So it's actually insulting to say the Chevalier is the Black Mozart, because he is his own person. Like, he was super accomplished in music. He was super accomplished in fencing. He actually defeated the world-renowned fencing person at the time. Like, they held a championship, and he beat him down easily. So he is a true Renaissance person. I do encourage you to actually read on the historical aspects of him and all of his accomplishments. The reason why we're only just now hearing it is because his story is being uncovered. Napoleon, when Napoleon took over, he decreed slavery to come back into the aspects, and for all of his work to be destroyed. So that's why you haven't heard of his music before. Right.
And gives you less and less reason to love Napoleon as a person. I mean, I never loved him, but definitely more reason to not. So overall, as far as this film goes, it barely scratches the surface.
Scratches the surface.
Historically, this person was like barely.
But
I did enjoy the violin battles. There was a fictional one that happened in the beginning that was actually really fun to watch. It was like a rap battle, but with violins. And
Hamilton inspired, I would say.
Yeah. It was like, we're going to battle at the opera. I was like, this is weird, but I enjoy it. The music-wise, it was wonderful. It definitely was something pleasurable for my ears to hear. Was that what you thought?
Yeah, it was really, really, you could see and hear all of the influences. The soundtrack really lent itself to the storytelling.
Yeah, I agree. So overall, Dee, what would you give this as a score?
I'd give it a B-, only because the first 15-20 minutes, I think, of the movie, I was ready to walk out. No, maybe the first 30 minutes. I was ready to walk out. I fully thought that I was going to be hate watching, because the way that they chose to build the beginning of the story, I did not like. It got immensely better as we moved into the second act, but that first act almost had me walking out of the theater.
You're very nice, because I'm giving this a C. It did get better, but at the beginning, I'm gonna tell you like this: when you watch this movie, you're gonna have to be patient.
Yes.
Because they do a lot of exposition, trying to teach things, and some of the flashbacks and things don't really even make any sense until later on in the story. So you're gonna have to be patient with this one. And if you're not a very patient person, I would not recommend it. But if you are, and you want to see everything that happens towards the end, which is rewarding.
Yes, it is very, very rewarding when you get into the final act.
Yeah. So he made me less angry as the movie went on.
I'm glad I stayed.
Yeah. So let us know down in the comments whether or not you all have seen Chevalier, if you've even heard of the story of Joseph Chevalier. We share a name. That's awesome. So he's excellent. I feel like I'm excellent, and that's great. Anyway, so please click that like, share, and subscribe, as well as hit that notification bell. Dee, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at IamDStafford.
Again, thank you all so much for the subscriptions, the love, the likes, the comments. We're almost at 500 subscribers. Thank you. We love you so much. Y'all take care. Have a contastic day.
Bye.
Bye. Peace.